What is going on? I am ZMOT, and hopefully you guys aren't on a sugar crash from last night. My Halloween went fantastic. Hopefully yours did. We've got code ZMOT in the shop, and it's Friday, so we're going to be doing all of the boom. Now, we are not going to start on this account. We do have the hot pot, which is swell, but these sorts of bases are not doing great. Yesterday, I told you guys to go all offensive. Hopefully, you have made that choice, but sadly, I've already made my bed. This account will have max rocket launcher, at least take 4 rocket launchers on its next chest, but I don't expect that rocket launchers are going to do much, and using that segue, on my last chest, I had exactly enough keys to unlock those heavy choppas. Now, all of this season, I have been using that 20% troop health. We need the GBE though, so we're going to spend those diamonds now. If you're on the fence about that boom pass, just a reminder, the boom pass does give you half price swaps, so those right there, those half price swaps will make a difference if you have to do a bunch of swaps. But if you're on the fence about the skins, it might stray you, but otherwise it doesn't really make a difference. So gonna show you my log looking pretty good without heavy choppas. This is just me using laser rangers. I'll show you what I've been doing now. Note that I had that troop health. So if you have GBE, you can use an extra mech or 2. I don't have the GBE, so I had to play it a little bit safer. So we're going to speed this up a little teeny tiny bit. Come on. It's amazing how long it takes to drop troops sometimes. I'm not sure what the deal is with that on replays. If you know, just maybe let me know. I feel like I should, but I don't. So just getting 2 mechs out, then that 3rd mech, and we've got 3 heavies in reserve. There comes 2 of them, then the 3rd one. Clearing some mines with those blue critters, and then waiting until the troops get to about that line by that trophy there, and then just waiting and waiting. And you have to be so darn good on your timing, or all of your laser rangers are dead. So we've got mortars chucking at our heavies, we've got doom cannons taking things out, but I can't show you the troop numbers, obviously, but doing pretty darn well at clearing all of this stuff. Most of our laser rangers are alive. I wasn't always that lucky slash good slash fortunate, but definitely got a little bit of good timing on this one. I've also had it where like one of my mechs walked around the corner initially and shocked the doom cannon, which was even more amazing. If you're looking for a base without boom cannons, I highly recommend this one. This is the grid in case you want to copy it. People do surprisingly poorly against it. It has managed to keep me in gold without heavy choppas, without boom cannons. So do consider going 5 if you're on the fence sitting at 4. And like I said, this path up here, like, go to this path. This path is so much more fun. This one, yeah, it's might rank you up a little bit quicker, or it would have in the past, but now that everyone has heavy choppas, that bottom path is looking grim. Let's get going. Let's see. Let's just double check that I did max my Seekers. Where are my Seekers? Right about there. So if I can manage to get to 17, I will get enough keys combined with this chest to get that troop health, which is the next thing. And let's just see if we can use Seekers. This is probably going to go poorly, which in itself is entertaining. I've watched a couple battles. Nightwada from Join at Own Risk was global #1 yesterday. Watched him pull off some great hits, and we just got absolutely spoon-fed this one. So this person, I could probably go with all Seekers, maybe. Let's just check their stat nodes. Need to be a little bit more careful. So they've got 50% building damage, so we probably need more than a couple Seekers over on this side. Let's just double check. You got a shock mine there and a shock mine there. I don't know what I'm doing. You know what? I could just go all to the right and then come all the way back just to be super crazy careful, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're just gonna drop all of our Seekers over on this far right hand side, and then just hope that they all come to that far right-hand side. Then we can send these guys back here, throw ourselves a critter about there, and just hope that our heavies get out in front of these guys, because it is going to be an absolute gong show in a couple seconds here. So heavies are out front. We've gotten rid of most of the shock mines. Need to get rid of one more set of shock mines. And now, you know what? Let's flare onto there just to try to distract with that heavy choppa as our Seekers come rushing in, and things are going to get very ugly here in about 4 seconds time. So we have lots of Seekers left somehow, some way, and now we just need to hope that they can get rid of that final engine room. This is not pretty. Am I gonna fizzle? Yeah, I did. So Seekers with no troop health. Womp, 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 womp. Couldn't find the button, but so probably need the troop health, as you saw there. Now we just gotta wait for Barbaroe 1960. Does that mean that they're like 84 years old? If so, well done, 84-year-old. Just coming in with the Grens, chucking drunkenly, and a hero. What, is that bullet hidden in there somewhere? And they're going to retreat. Oh, they're going to flare. That's good. I was hoping they weren't going to retreat. We are going to pick up the big L on that one. Maybe needed one more heavy choppa. Maybe needed to go forwards instead of backwards. Definitely need to do some learning. And in my defense, I have seen 0 4 engine room Seeker hits. Saw a bunch of 5s, but 0 4s. And on the plus side, we did get some progress towards that chest, and we are far enough in 16 that we should be able to claim in gold. Well, I screw up some hits, and there's definitely going to be some screwing up. This person has... I always scroll it down so I can see things a little bit better. They've got no building health, no building damage. They do have that hot pot there with a shock launcher, though, and I also haven't seen a hit on this. So this one... You know what? I'm going to put the Seekers away. I don't think Seekers are the answer on that one. We're going to go something like this and then see if we can't just clear all of the stuff using Laser Rangers. So those beautiful, beautiful Seeker friends are simply one of the tools in our arsenal. They are not the only tool, so we are going to be very, very sure that we get this thing down. I can't afford another one of those losses, and now we can get these ladies right about there, and once they start to get into position, we're going to throw one of those critters there just to be gosh darn sure that we keep our Laser Rangers alive, and then just getting heavies out front, getting the heavies to stand out front, get lots of things down, and then Laser Rangers and critters and heavies and all of the rest of the things. I have been super tempted to move forward into what are they? Come on, brain. Into medkits at this point. Medkits would be super... Sorry, I should say backwards into medkits, but I just haven't... There's so much good stuff forwards that I haven't been able to go backwards yet. So yes, I did promise you some Seeker action, but look how good Laser Rangers are with heavy choppas. So even if you're not a Seeker player, going that offensive route works so good. And we're going to end up with a time of 2 minutes, 42 seconds against someone with a hot pot and shock launchers and all of the good things as they're standing there using boring old grenadiers. So if you're sick and tired of mechs, if you're sick and tired of tanks, if you're sick and tired of... What's the other thing we have? Heavies, then do consider getting those heavy choppas. This is one of the few seasons where we have heavies before heavy choppas. So I kind of like the fact that we fizzled with lasers and then managed to use heavy choppas in a different sort of way. Switching gears, let's do an operation attack. We have our Scorchers, which do have life leech, as long as you have boosted that tribe right about there, of course. And we have some Laser Rangers, just because... Why the heck not? Let's get in and do the base that... Probably the base that is misspoken the second most. It's either Machina or Machina or Chimera or Chimera. Both of those bases are pronounced wrong more than any other. I don't even know what the correct way... With this, I assume it's Chimera, but you hear people say Chimera more than anything else. So maybe the boom beach is chimera, but the proper word is chimera. Regardless, we're going to send some stuff back here. Our laser rangers are going to get absolutely crushed if we let them. So that's why those critters are going to go out, and then we're just going to have to wait and watch, because all of our laser rangers are going to be absolutely wide open, and that smoke right there is just absolutely stupid. So we are not doing very well. Laser rangers are all dead, and that is a great example, fully intentional example of how you have to be super careful with your laser rangers. I know I just made it look somewhat easy on that warships attack, but I gotta be straight up honest with you. There have been a bunch of attacks when I was figuring out the timing that I just looked up and I had 0 laser rangers left. So we are gonna get some good value out of this attack, actually. I think we should be able to finish the base off, and worst case, otherwise we're gonna get rid of all of the rocket launchers surrounding the core, and sometimes you win even when you screw up, which has happened more than a few times in warships. Just having life leech right here is going to get this core down, but it's going to be gosh darned slow. So I'm going to do a little bit of time warping here, which, by the way, is one of those secret rewards that I get from Supercell just by being a boom tuber. So I said we were going to get rid of all the rocket launchers, and we've gotten rid of none of the rocket launchers. That Scorcher down the bottom just exploded, and now we're in a race against time with Kavan healing that Scorcher behind the core at, I don't know, you would call that 6 o'clock, or do you call that 1:30? Regardless, we should be able to get this down. And just like that, the base goes kerplowy. I think we lost a total of a lot of our Scorchers, to be honest. 2, 4, 5 Scorchers lost, plus all of our laser rangers. That attack was an expensive one, but still successful, and you don't have to race against, I guess you do kind of race against the clock on operation attacks, but not quite the same way as warships. So yay, not that attack that I was hoping to do. Definitely did not take the timing lessons that I learned in warships into operation attacks, but let's see what our opponent did. Just make sure that we did get that win. We have won. They actually fizzled, which is, again, the number of fizzles against this base, which, by the way, I think was made by Gabe in Join at Own Risk, I believe. So the number of fizzles against this base is way high. And on my other account, having an engine room over here is a bad idea because I just want people to fizzle. But on this base, this one with no building health, no building damage, it's working decently. So I can't stress enough. Get the heck out of 4, get to 5. There is some good things. You know what? We're going to stay on the Laser Ranger thing right now because I am liking it. And quick note, if you haven't yet, do go check out the Boom Beach socials, whether it's Twitter or Facebook, and we'll just leave it at that. Do go check those things out, though. We are going to quickly burn through using full boosted Laser Rangers for the lols. Yes, I just said the word LOL. We are going to barrage out things, and then I am going to switch Bullet out in a second here. Actually, you know what? We'll just use Bullet. I'll also do an operation attack in a second, and then we'll get back to the boring warship that I've been procrastinating in a big way. So I have 2 warships this season, and I only want to play one of them, the offensive side. That is, I told you guys yesterday, and I've been trying to preach it to those who will listen. Go offensive. I've seen a couple people who have asked questions like, how do I make this season enjoyable? There's a bunch of you out there who are just stuck in the doldrums. Heavy Choppas will hopefully do that. And as you saw by that last attack on warships, Laser Rangers also make for a lot of good fun. So we are going to stick to the fun for the second, and then we'll get back to that drudgery, slow, awful account, just so you can see the flip side. And then I'll do another operation attack with this account, full boost against Forlorn Hope. For those of you who didn't catch that secret rewards comment I made during that last operation attack, was accused of being a giant cheater. Someone saying that Supercell gave me secret rewards to keep me on the leaderboard, and wanted to be very, very clear that Supercell gives the BoomTubers nothing, like literally nothing. We get access to the dev build, which is not the real game. So anytime you have seen me with 1,000,000 diamonds, it is not real. Anytime you see me with diamonds, I have either paid for them with my own money or have gotten them by getting 29 diamonds every single day by being part of the Triangle 9 group of task forces. And if you're not getting 29 diamonds a day, do look me up on Discord. That link right there. Actually, I probably need to change that. Discord.io/ZMOT is actually defunct, I think. So we will do that right now. As a matter of fact, I will tell you the proper URL. If you get to here, if you go to lnk.bio/ZMOT, you will get to all of the goodness in the ZMOT group of task forces. I think that discord.io link has been dead for like years. So a little bit, maybe that's why you guys couldn't get in. There was like a security breach or something, and they got absolutely wrecked. So discord.io, not a thing. Discord.gg is a thing, but we are just going to keep chucking out shocks, and Bullet is doing absolutely nothing to keep our laser rangers alive. And I kind of assume that once we get into warships, that like later on in the season with that 5 times Doom Cannon node, I hope you guys all know about that node, because if you don't, it is absolutely, absolutely insane. Checking out the tech tree, scrolling all the way to the right. Look at that, 5 Doom Cannons. Kavan, probably going to be needed, which means we're probably going to have to go back for rifles, or you just got to make sure you don't use his second wind too early. That way you end up getting lots and lots and lots of heavies coming back. It's going to be very interesting as people get towards that node. So we're going to send Bullet out there. We're going to clear some of these mines. This is basically, you know what? Let's do it as if it's a warships hit. We're not going to use any shocks because we don't have shock bombs yet. And we're just going to keep chucking out critters. We have way more GBE than any warship will ever have, I think. But actually, I guess we don't have that much, but still. Bullet going the wrong way, critters keeping our troops alive, and laser rangers absolutely dominating bases. And we do have 10 per boat, which is all thanks to those upgraded landing crafts. And I believe these are max level troops as well. So let's just have a quick little peek. Where are you? Yep, one of the 3 troops that I have maxed. I am not good at getting my base maxed because I don't really care, to be honest. But probably need to work on maxing some of these things because, as many of you know, headquarters level 27 is somewhere around the corner. We don't know how far around the corner, but it is coming, and it would be tragic if headquarters level 27 required XP level 80 or something, or 78 or something to that effect, because sitting here at 76, and this, I don't know how many of you guys played way back, but I was at like XP 51 when headquarters level 21 came out, and you had to be XP level 59, which they have since changed, but that was the biggest grind ever. Just absolutely terrible grind for me, and I don't know how many of you guys were around or playing at that point or remember that, but it was rough. Not like Imitation Game there, though, just absolutely breezing through it. Now, do we do Operation Attack first or Warships? Let's do an Operation Attack while we're here. Redline, what do we got for Redline? Lots and lots and lots of rockets. Now, typically we'd clear the front rockets, but it looks like someone had some fun sending some troops for that back shield gen. What do we do here? I'm not sure what we do here, to be completely honest. Kind of want to do both. We'll skip that. Too many questions. Okay, if I had the guts, I would do... There's such a fun hit on this attack. Look at this. With no rockets ranging in that back corner, we could park laser rangers in that corner, clear all of this stuff, and and only have to rely on one shock for that back group of rocket launchers. It would be absolutely baller to pull that off, but I don't think I have the guts to do that today. I should, but I just can't do it. The task, like, if this was earlier in the operation or later in the operation, I probably would pull it off, but we've got, what was that? Something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases up with 17 hits. Fang is probably 1. Waterloo is 1. That's 2. Humble Pie is, we'll say 4 just to be safe. That is 6 hits. Say Red Line is 3. That's 9 plus 3 for that. Oh, man. I think I'm going to... Is this stupid? Yeah, this is fully stupid. We're going to do it anyways. Hopefully my task force does not absolutely hate me for it. Do we have cheap shocks or something like that? I think we do. No, we got cheap barrage. Would you guys do that? Would you, like... I'm just... No, I can't bring myself to do it. I just don't have the guts to do it. I should have. This is going to be a super easy solo that I'm probably now going to botch because I hyped myself up a little bit too much, but we're still going to do it. I will do it in an unconventional way, just to do it in an unconventional way, but man, I really wanted to pull that off. We were going to send... Because of those rockets right there, we need to drop our troops a little teeny tiny bit wider just so that they get a little bit low. Like the Little John song, I believe that is. Someone out there is going to paste that video link. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, do check the comments because there are a couple people out there that do love to paste the YouTube music video links, bringing MTV back to the masses. We're gonna flare right to there, and then as soon as we get past that yellow line, we're gonna get the rest of our ladies out right about there, getting the smokes out. You guys have probably seen this hit 1,000 times, and man, I wish I had the guts to pull off that laser ranger hit. That would have been so much more fun, but we are just gonna keep our troops moving here. This should be super simple. We'll find out in a second if I can... Oh man, that smoke is pucker level close. So almost screwed it up as we get the shock there and the shock there and the shock back there. And I missed a shock on that flamethrower, which is not the worst thing in the world, but it's going to be awfully close. There we go. Just standing in now, getting all of the ladies chucking. And then I used a battle orders when I definitely should have saved it for a shock, but free snipe, easy clear, Zookas still alive, rocket launchers doing nothing. Fun, but man, laser rangers would have been a sight. It would have been very interesting to see if we could have pulled that off. I don't know if it would have gone or not, but hooray. And how much health did that thing have? Let's just double check, shall we? You can always go back and go to there. 864 times 2 is 1.9 million, something like that, plus the extra 200,000. I think we're looking at like 2.1 million. Don't know if you guys knew that you could do that math after the fact, but very much can. And now let's end this video on the most boring of boring warships. So if you look at my log here, it's not great. Shout out to Bald Quokka, by the way. Just the fact that I managed to get 5 engine rooms was magical. And that's one of the great things about heavy Choppas and Seekers coming out, is that the defensive players can suddenly get engine rooms because people are spreading their bases out. I don't have flare. You know what? Let's do a quick tech review in case some of you are new here. I don't have flares. I don't have any positive nodes except for that right there. We don't have grenadiers. We don't have mechs. We don't have laser rangers. All we have is defense. So we've got that building health. We've got that building damage. And we interrupt this message for what I was hoping to point you guys towards: free diamonds into the shop. Now, this just dropped on the Boom Beach socials 30 seconds ago, so do go check out. And I don't know if this works. I haven't tried it yet, but supposedly it's supposed to give you some goodness. And this is the first time Boom Beach has done this, to the best of my knowledge, so this is very, very intriguing. The fact that they've added a feature to donate things in Boom Beach, I think this is a big, big deal, as long as it works. And if it doesn't work, then they'll fix it. But very, very excited about that. So for those of you who stuck around, good news. I should probably just retweet that right now. Sorry, trying to multitask, running my socials, letting the people know about the goodness, and trying to record a video all at the same time. So awkwardness, but we are getting there. So let's just wait for a match here as I paste the link into my Discord. There we go. Free diamonds is the name of the link. I don't know what it gives. I probably should click on it, but we are getting too long in the tooth on this video, and I can't get a match. And I'm not going to stop. There we go. We got a match. Let's see what we got. These bases, this base is tough because of that right there. That Doom Cannon is going to eat our troops up, and we don't have flares. So if I had a mech, I would send it up that left-hand side to work its way towards that Doom Cannon, but we don't. So I think I'm going to send, there are more engine rooms on the right, but we're going to go to the left, and this is going to be painfully slow, and I apologize in advance, but need to send one tank forwards to try to get rid of that sniper tower, and then we just have to wait, because I don't have a measuring tape. I can't guarantee that my troops are going to go to that left-hand sniper, so we need to get rid of this right-hand sniper first, and it's going to be painfully, and I didn't scout. I don't know. I wish there was an option to keep your opponent's boosts up when you're attacking, because I have no idea what this person has, and if I could see it right now, it would still influence my attack. So if you're a lazy scouter like me, do let me know if that would be a feature you would enjoy. I think it would be super useful, but I have been wrong at least once in the past. So we are going to send these guys up here. We're just going to hold onto our heavies for a little tiny bit. That front stuff is absolutely done and toasted. But on the plus side, we are getting towards engine rooms, which is better than I could say yesterday. I probably did like 30, no, maybe not 30, maybe 20 battles yesterday to get one chest. So the fact that these heavy choppas have moved bases around and have spread bases out is great news for defensive players. I was very curious to see if I was going to be able to finish the season off, because, and that's where, and one of the very smart Boom Beach devs, who, by the way, the offer is still open to take you for beer, Mr. Boom Beach dev, if you're out there, mentioned that Warships is self-correcting, and this season is very much showing that off. The fact that no one on the defensive side could get an engine room, and then Seekers and Heavy Choppas came in, or before that, no one could get an engine room, and then tanks came back in. So yes, this season is very frustrating, and without instant training, it can be awful, frustrating, awkward. I don't know what adjective or adverb or whatever the heck word you want to use for that, but the fact is we are going to be able to get all of these engine rooms, which will get us rocket launchers, which will make our opponents even more frustrated. And I haven't seen, and by the way, speaking of new things in Boom Beach Warships, I love watching those engine rooms crumple up the top. I was just going to say we hadn't seen any action in a minute, but down go all of our engine rooms. So even though we have the hot pot, and we do have the shock launchers and the building health and the building damage, it's no match for offensive players. So yesterday, this account probably could have gotten back into 18, but no match today since those heavy choppas came out. So get on the offensive side of the ball. You will not regret it at all, because it's way more fun than doing this. Like, we are going to be at the absolute limit of time waiting and waiting and waiting for our tanks to come all the way around the horn. So we're going to end up getting this base down with, like, what's that, 40 seconds left on the clock. We got it down. We got all the engine rooms, which is going to get us closer to rocket launchers. And rocket launchers will stop bad players or players that make mistakes, but Gun Show just absolutely spanking us. And let's see what they used. I'm going to guess heavy Choppas. Just 8 boats of heavy Choppas. So no skill required. Not to say Gun Show doesn't have skill, but just jump in the heavy Choppas and flare things, and you can just clear bases in the slowest of slow fashions, which is still faster than using tanks. So Gun Show getting his gunboat or her gunboat involved and just going engine room to engine room, flaring prematurely, and still beating us using those beautiful yellow buses. So the biggest news for me, though, is right here. Like, we've never been able to have links to donate stuff. So this is something has changed on the back end of Boom Beach. Hoping that I can start to give you guys, get links of my own so I can share those secret rewards that Supercell does not give me, but maybe I can give to you. So that is going to be it for me on this ugly, windy, dreary Friday here in the west coast of Canada. So wherever you are in the archipelago, I hope this video finds you well. Don't forget to throw code ZMOT in that shop. Thank you for coming in, liking, sharing, subscribing, more importantly, commenting. I'm ZMOT. Peace.